Hello, it is Lord Haywire. I am streaming some 2D 4X. Oh man, I just remembered I was thinking of like changing how I start a stream because I don't know. It's boring. I gotta turn on this thing. It's been like 2 weeks since I've streamed. I have this weird lump on my face. It's going away. It's right here. Sort of going away. But I was taking these antibiotics and they were killing my stomach, which is weird to me because I have taken antibiotics in the past and never had any issues like that. But man, it was like agony, even with food, you know. Uh, so um, we're gonna do today. We're gonna go over. We're gonna try to fix this pause issue. I was just reading up here before I started. When time is paused and no panels are open, the camera movement should still work. So if we run this here, I'll show you what we mean. This is what I mean. This is my grand plan here. If the game is paused, we should still. I'm pressing lost, as you can see down here. The camera should still move, and it moves normal when we have everything working. That's not what I want to. It's always the same speed when the time's different, but unless you pause it. If you pause it, then it can't move. And I think I was discussing this with chat the other day, and we came to the conclusion that I can't stop. So in the code, did I open the code? I didn't open the code. I thought about it earlier, and then I guess I got sidetracked and did something else. We got to put the clock. We got to open the clock here. Give it a second. According to Twitch, my bit rate is incredibly low, but now it has fixed itself. Okay. So currently how it works is when we are actually changing the time of the engine. The engine.timescale equals value. Why is this open? Get out of here. We want this one. So this is we're supposed to be working on war today, but this is annoying me so much. I played another game I didn't make, and they had the same issue. And I was like, and I made the game like barely playable because I like to pause all the time and just fucking look at shit while I'm paused, and I couldn't do it. And so I was like, I need to fix that in mine. It's annoying me. So that's what we're gonna do. Like I said, I just read up a little bit on how this works. Oh, did I do the thing? I'm streaming to both Twitch and YouTube, and I got it to make sure chat works. I haven't used it. I just updated the thing too. Let's just assume it's all working fine. So if basically we want to have it if it's 0. Let's go back up to our getter setter thing here. If it equals So I think what we want to do here is put this down here. And then if this is 0, what does this say? We gotta go. We want this. And then let's just see what that does, because I've never messed with this pause thing before. I mean, I messed with it like for 2 seconds. I think it was in a stream. I was just like, what happens if we turn this on? And everything paused. But let's make sure that that's how we want things working here. The game has started out paused. What can happen? Nothing can happen when that's and that's what I was assuming, because it's like actually paused. Like before we were just messing with the time. Now it's actually paused. I can't unpause it because it's actually paused. All right. And we have it set to the game starts out as paused. And so, and that's pausing the whole game. What is this? I don't like the name of this node, but I'm not going to rename it right now. But what we probably want, I was just looking at this. So what is this? It's probably always. I think it's always. I literally was just reading this because wait, wrong thing. We can just change this in here. Each node in Godot has a process mode that defines when it can be found and changed under. You can also change it with code. So with controls, I think we want the controls to always work. So let's put this as always. Let's save this. Let's hit play again. And then we will see. I'm doing that thing again that I noticed the other day where I slowly move back. I slowly roll my chair back. I don't know what the fuck the deal is. Okay, so that worked. I still can't move around though. All right, so we got to do, okay, stop. We were able to unpause it. So this one, this could be really easy. Oh my God, I said it. I said it's going to be really easy. So just fucked up my whole world here. We can move, it's paused and we can move it around. Let's see if we unpause it, we can move it around. Well, that was easy. What about if we like change to 4? Oh, look, it's a different speed. So if we pause it, we no longer can pause the game. That pauses it. Look, the time's fucked. If we start pause like that, the time gets fucked. And these buttons no longer work. Even when they're unpaused. Well, wait. We never unpaused the world. We just changed the time scale. So let's get tree here. What is it? There we go. We're fine. We never unpause the world. I've been playing this game called the Leviathan's Fantasy, and it is so bug ridden. So this still moves it. Once again, it's too fast, which is kind of interesting that it's so fast and 2 speed. Yeah, we've broken the time somehow, though. Oh, the buttons don't work yet. Now the time kicks in, so we're gonna have something that like it updates the time to 0 and 0 before it gets paused. We're gonna have to rearrange the order of this shit. Like maybe the clock needs to go down at the bottom. That might be. No, I gotta stop saying that. It's probably gonna be easier. Fucking whatever. But when we unpause it, all right. So that actually unpauses and pauses. And once again, though, oh, we gotta do it this way still. Doesn't that seem like whoa? Okay, we shot off to the side. I don't even know where we are at this point. It's gone. We something bad happened there. Let's deal with that in a second. I'm gonna put a note. I like to put notes for everything. Okay, so this note is gonna be. It seems like the camera moves faster when the game is paused. And we'll put this up here. I'd rather have more issues than less, I guess. That way I can also mark them off. And look at, we're almost to war. Whoops, I tried to save the website again. I do that pretty regularly. I don't think, I was going to think about uncommenting that or whatever. So first things first, we could make it so this UI canvas, which is all of the player UI, is always running. Let's see what happens when we do that. I'm not quite sure what we're going to be doing here. Would that solve this issue up here? It doesn't solve this issue up here, but it does solve this issue. And it does solve, so you can still click on stuff. So basically, what happens what do we want paused when we pause it? We want movement paused. We don't want much. I guess pretty much the only thing we want paused is movement right now. I kind of don't like that goes away when you pause it, but that's a different issue. We want movement. Oh, I can't click on stuff now. I thought I was a second ago. I want you to be able to pause it and look at your counties and the counties next to you. You can spawn stuff. Okay, because these things are on pause. So this is going to be weird too, though. We're going to need these counties unpaused. Like, we're basically unpausing everything except for a very small amount of things. It's the opposite. We should make everything. We should just be pausing that one thing, and everything else should be on the move, like when we go to 0. So this should work. All right. Oh no, that is paused. There's a little tiny pause button thing that is unreadable. This should go under something else though, because we're not going to do it right now. Do we have a time thing on here? We don't have a time thing here. I thought we did. I guess we'll just throw it in here then. I don't want to create a time thing for just one. I already forgot what the fuck I was wanting to fix, so. Well, hopefully it will come back to me. Okay, so this, in reality, I'm trying to think here. I didn't even think about the fact that it's like, in reality, we don't want anything paused except for like movement. When we pause, we want, well, the time. We want the time to pause too. And then let's make sure that it does pause. All right, does it unpause when we unpause? It does. I swear to God, that's slower than normal, but what the fuck do I know? Well, I mean, that seems to have solved our issue. Huh. All right, that definitely seems faster than me. I'm going to push. Okay, maybe it's just all in my mind. I think it's just all in my mind. All right, well, no, doesn't that seem faster? Okay, no, it's not faster. It's just all in my mind. Oh! Okay, no. That's faster. Whoa! You know, it almost seems like it's getting multiplied or something. Let's see here. I bet you it is. Let's go back to our camera controls here. We added this in. Because we want it to go. So what was happening was. What was happening is when you put it on 8 speed, it would go 8 times the move would go 8 times faster. And I think that's what's happening here, actually. Let's stop because I don't know where we're at. So this is normal speed when it's paused and it feels normal, but then when we go to 8 speed and that's normal, but then when we pause it, yeah, now it's 8 speed. Okay, so that's the issue. I'm not even gonna write this down because we're gonna fix it right now. So this isn't getting applied because because it's at 8. I wonder why that this whole thing's fucked up now because this is, let me think this through. I got to think through everything. So when it's paused, did I put this? This I needed a note up here. Definitely. Uh, we want fix day and time when game starts paused. It's like a huge pet peeve of mine is I want games to start paused. I don't know why it upsets me so much, but every game that doesn't start paused, it's a real-time strategy, I just start crying. I go in my bathroom, just cry. So let's go back to here. For some reason, my OBS went away. Let's go back to here. We'll fix that next, but so if it's on 8, this isn't applying when the game's paused. Where's the speed equals that? Okay, divided by clock instance modified time scale. What is the modified time scale at this point? We could do this. It's going to be 8, though. It's going to be 8. Because we're going to put it on 8. And it's going to be 8. I am almost positive. So this should be 1. Yeah, it's going to town there. This is 8. Yeah. But I can't make it I can't make it 1. Wonder why this isn't working. Returns the larger of 2. Well, what happens if I say min? Returns the smaller of 2. Well, why even have this? Oh, because I have to divide this by this number. Okay, so it needs to be divided by 8 at that point, but it's not happening. So why would this not be happening? This is under camera control because, no, that should still be camera controls is attached to here, and we have this set to always. Why would this no longer apply? It's applying when the game is unpaused. Yeah, it's applying when the game's unpaused. See, it's still at 8. And that's the same, but when I pause it, no, that's still at 1. Pause it. Whoa. And it's zooming around like a motherfucker. I'm just double checking my hypotheses here. So 2500, yep. And then we go to 8, and it's what? Oh, right. That's 2500 divided by 8. Yeah. Yeah, so it's doing it because the time's going faster. So the engine time is still at 8. This is not very helpful, though. I wonder why this doesn't get applied here. I wonder also, let me look at something. If we pause it, I think, let's not do it so fast. Joker, how's it going? No, that's working. For a second, I thought maybe this was jumping ahead. 49 days seems like a lot. So we go to 8. Dunkaroos. Yeah, that needs to be I wonder why this doesn't work when it's when the this is always. Well, I don't eat much except for one meal a day. Um, but the coffee thing has come back into my life, and I definitely need the coffee. And I actually today I was like, man, I'm already done with my coffee. I wish I had uh, more coffee. This one we don't give a shit about. I can't. I'm kind of baffled by this. Speed is here. Okay, the clock, it doesn't matter though. We could do something weird. We could do something weird here. Where the fuck was this? Camera controls. Emeritus, how's it going? Oh. Oh. Let me ban this person. Let me ban this person and report them. I was saying the other day, I think it was yesterday or the day before on my other channel, I hadn't seen one of these spam people in forever, and then they're back. I feel like Twitch does for a while they're on top of it and they ban all of these I guess it's spam. They ban all these followers selling people, and then or no, they're not people. And then they figure out a way around it, and then they come back and um, there we go. Yeah, it's like I don't know how they keep evading. They should just block that. They should block that the IP addresses that those things come from, because they would run out eventually, or just block that whole country. I'm kidding. It's Russia, by the way. I looked those guys up one day. I was curious, and I was like, "Who the fuck are these things?" It's Russia. Um, so why the fuck isn't this working? So the game is paused. Let's go through my head here. This is unpaused, so it's letting us get the thing. This should be getting 8 and dividing it by the speed, but it is not doing that. It is not dividing the speed. It knows it's 8. Well, do we know that for sure? I guess we don't. We do, I think. We do know that for sure, but we'll just do it. Maybe that's at like 0 or something. Okay, so this is getting... Alright, so that's the issue. Wait, I haven't turned it to 8 yet. No, it is. It should be dividing by 8. But then when we go here... Okay, so that's the issue. That's the issue. It's... So what we could do, I think, right here... Oh, what? What, motherfucker? It's like, this isn't a... This is an int. What is this thing? It's a double? What do we want? What is it supposed to have? Ints? No, it wants a double. What are you? You're a double. What's your problem? What is this thing? Oh, it is. We do want an int. So we just have to turn this into an int. MTP. How's it going? We just have to. I used to. What is it? Ints.parse. I don't know if it will let me do this, but we're gonna give it a shot. It will not let me do this. It's like, no, you can't do that. We got to do that with like a string or some shit. Can we just go like this? Can we just go like this? No. I want this thing. We could just do... what do I got going on here now, though? I got all sorts of issues. Oh, we can do that. All right. So let's see if that solves the issue. we want it to be the engine time scale that's in play here. So this is normal. On pause, we turn it to 8. And then we move this around, and then that's still normal. Then we pause it. It's still normal. All right, that solved that problem. Let's do it with another. Let's get a little more. Let's do a little more testing. Okay, that seems normal. We've done it. We've done it. Yeah, I couldn't imagine people. I couldn't imagine people paying for followers. So and I was like, how are these people making money? These follower bot people. So I had to look into it one time, and I was surprised by one, how cheap it was. I was like, because like, why would anyone do that? Because you're basically fucking yourself. Because let's say you have whatever 10,000 followers, but no one's active in chat, or they're fake active in chat, and then like you stop paying and they all go away. Like it's like a bizarre thing, but it was surprisingly cheap. And I was like, oh, so that's how they do it. It's just so cheap that people like feel like it's gonna get them the boost they need, and maybe it does for a while. But there's always like, they're not always. I often see these like Reddit threads where there's some streamer who has 100,000 followers, but their chat has like 5 people in it all the time, and they're always in there, and people are like, it's got to be bots, and the person's like streaming. And the person's like streaming to an empty audience, but they're considered like the top the top 10 of Twitch streamers, and then it's just like, but they've kind of fucked themselves long term because they're not like gaining a real community. Double parse? I don't remember. This is done. We can close this. Oh yeah, so I heard about that thing too, and I never even thought about this. I guess what it is there's a particular person, I can't remember what his name is, but I guess he makes wikis for video games, and he embeds his stream in the wiki, and every person who's looking at the wiki uh, is considered a viewer on his Twitch channel. So people will be reading the wiki, and it has a Twitch little box, embedded little box, and so like he has all these different wikis, and so it's all bullshit. Like his viewership is all bullshit, and so like if his wiki goes down, he suddenly has 2 viewers, and I guess it's like this, let's artificially inflate my numbers so I get to the top, and like Twitch doesn't care because they want people to exist on their site. Anyways, fixed day and time when game starts pause. So this one's going to be more of a pain in the ass, I have a feeling. So when we start paused, which is the way I want to start, I wanted that option. We need this to come in before the pause kicks in. So when does the pause kick in? The pause is going to kick in right here. If I just move this clock to the bottom, what happens? Does the whole game implode? Sometimes that happens. Sometimes it solves the issue. It didn't do it. It didn't. Yeah. Where were you, clock? Go back to where you were. Yeah, it's a weird thing that people, the effort people go about to become famous. I mean, I guess they're making money too, to a point, except that I watch some successful streamers who get subscriptions like regularly. You know what I mean? Like every 5 minutes, someone subscribes, so they're making like 250 every 5 minutes, which I guess is not that much money, but regularly making subscriptions. And if you just had an empty fake group, you're not going to get those subscriptions. So I guess it's, maybe they're making ad money. I don't know. I gave up on my other channel. I was an affiliate or whatever, and I gave that up because I didn't want to blast everyone with ads. Because fuck that shit. Uh, but back to this clock issue. So what happens first is it goes down this. We have start. Well, let's make sure it works if it's not paused, because that could be something else. I just have this little bool here at the beginning. Okay, so it does work if it's not paused. Just making sure. And then if this gets hit like right at the beginning, so it's not able to. So we kind of like have to put it like a. We have to have it update that regardless. So where is it updating that for the first time? Probably. Well, it feels like that should be under the clock as well. You know what we could do to really cheese it out? There's actually an easy way to fix this, but it's gonna be dumb, because if I change something in 6 months, I'll be like, why the fuck isn't this working? Um, all right, let's go down here. It's our format. See, we could just go to our top bar label, and we could just make this default to 0, and we can make this default to, seems like a lot of zeros in here. Yeah, that's too many zeros. What does this normally look like? I think we want just this many zeros. And then when we hit play, it doesn't really matter. I mean, it looks like it's working, you know. You can't tell that we just have that's the default. I mean, I guess that's fine. Who gives a fuck, right? I'm going to put a note in here, though, just in case I ever want to go and look at this. Just changed the label to default to day 0 and time. I don't know why we would start on a different day or time, but who the fuck knows, you know, what we're going to be doing a year from now. All right, so right now this seems to be working. I'm going to close this, and that was way too easy. That was like 40 minutes, and I also was yammering about other shit. Idle workers isn't showing right when you first start the game and it is paused. Do we want to do that? If the game is paused when you switch the hero to an army, then right-click unpause. Without unpausing, I don't think that... Well, we'll test that in a minute. Well, then we're going to try to get to here, and then we'll be to the war section here. Idle worker isn't showing right when you start the game and it's paused. Let's see. Well, I already unpaused it, so... Okay, so it's paused. We click here. I think what it's talking about, yeah. So what it's talking about is the idle workers, currently the leader is not counted as an idle worker. And that's we're going to figure that out later. So that's basically the same issue as this as the time thing, but it's a thing we can't fake. We can't fake it. Well, you know, this other thing is coming out, right, though? So how are we applying this idle worker bullshit? I gotta change whatever. I know you guys can't hear my music. Whatever this is, it's awful. The Black Keys. I don't usually hate them, but this song is awful. Let's see. So yeah, we need to find what this, and what is this? It's gonna be under county info. What is this called? Idle workers list button. Idle workers number. I guess we'll just search idle workers. I can't remember if it's a capital or not. Update idle workers. This is going to break once we put people to work. Is that true? I don't feel like that's true. Where are we updating this other one? Because it's getting the right numbers, even when it's paused. Are we still paused? Oh, I unpaused it briefly. So let's look here. Yeah, this is getting the right info. So I wonder why the idle workers isn't. I'm going to comment out this one crap here again. Wonder why this idle workers, it's probably idle workers. Update county population. This is adding in the hero, and this is getting the idle workers stat from somewhere. Selected county data. But where are we? Why is this behind? Like, what is going on where this is? Look at all this shit. Update name labels. Generate heroes panel lists. Update idle. So it's hitting there. It hits there. Update everything. Where's update everything? I feel like that should happen right at the beginning. Oh, look at this. Look at this weird shit. Okay, so this is an event that I put in here. I'm trying to stop from we to back to I so that I'm not blaming chat for stuff. It's fucking chat's fault. It's not. Okay, so this automatic. Why are we doing this? So this is on true. If this is true, okay, I know why we're doing this. I know why we're doing this. We're doing this because idle workers changes as we fuck with stuff in that county's if we change setting, or if we change who is building stuff, etc. So that's why it's subscribing to that. So that doesn't actually really apply to what we're doing right here. The issue is, so it subscribes to that, but we need to fire off. We either need to fire off an event or we just have to have it at the beginning. I wonder if the idle workers just aren't updated correctly. I bet you that might be what we're doing too, is we're just not the initial idle workers. What is this shit? Okay, so when idle workers changes, it invokes that thing. And you know what? I bet you count idle workers. I don't think this is very efficient. We don't care about that right now. Okay, here's the issue. Because we're just slapping the population, we're just saying equals the idle workers. But it doesn't actually apply. That doesn't actually apply. Where was that count idle workers bullshit? Because we could have it count at the beginning. So this is at the beginning. It's just assigning it. We could just say -1. This is some cheese dick fucking way to do this, though. And I actually remember I had it +1 for a while. This would solve the issue. This is fucking dumb, though. This is fucking dumb. There we go. There we go. Let's do this. Yeah, I mean, now it works. It's another thing. Both of these solutions are dumb. What happened with this one, though? Oh, you know what would be a better option for this dumbness? Do we know this? Do we know the count? What is this? Why is this here? Because this is pretty much what I want to do. Plus or minus. This will be less dumb. It's still dumb. Do we even have the county heroes are being made yet, though? What do we do first? We would have to do the heroes first. Okay, so the faction leaders are created first. So that shouldn't be a problem. We'll find out here. County what is going on here? County population equals, yeah. And then, I don't know if my math here is right. So, like, there's no faction hero here is why I was wanting that to do that. And then let's unpause it and see if anything else goes haywire or anything. What? I saw 5 somewhere. Oh, okay. They're building stuff. Everything's fine. They're building stuff. That's what they're supposed to do. All right. This is not what I wanted. Let's go back to here. This is some bullshit, though. I guess it's not that bad. Go away. When exporting the project, the list folder, we're not going to fuck with that right now. That's a thing I know how to fix. Well, I don't really know how to fix it. I know how to fix it. I'm just going to make everything a goddamn array. Everything's going to be an array. The whole game is just going to be arrays. If the game is paused when you switch the hero to an army, then right-click without unpausing. I don't think... Okay, so let's see if that is the case. So we want it when there's an army going to an enemy, to an adjacent place, it should declare war. So we spawn this guy. We got to make him... It's currently paused, so we got to turn them into an army leader, which that works. And then if we right-click here, it does declare war. And then they... Oh, I forgot I even put that in there. They spawn their own... Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot I got to do still. So we need to make that so that these guys move, and then they're going to fight it out. And I like how we have... I have... This just... I don't know what's going on here, but it's like in process or something. It's just firing as fast as it fucking can. Well, that was easy. I closed that issue. What's next? Heroes shouldn't be able to turn into armies in hostile territories. That's a good. That's a good. So what that is talking about, one of the things I want you to be able to do is move around your heroes that aren't armies, so like you can move a diplomat into here to have them talk. You know, like, hey, we don't want the war. You know what I was just seeing here? Oh no, the color is just very faint. So this color, the background color of this is the same color as these things, and I was like, oh, is that not working? But it is. It's just very faint. So let's see here. If we spawn this motherfucker and we move him to here, we shouldn't be able to do this because now he's an army in the army things. At least we shouldn't normally be able to do it. I kind of want to do, what was that? A red wedding in Game of Thrones? I kind of want to be able to let the player to do that, you know, where they just go and, I guess this is less dumb. So I'll take this off here. This is fine for right now. It's not fucking dumb anymore. We got that. Whoa. What did I just do here? We got that thing out of there. The number 1. So we're gonna have to, on the description page, on the population description page, wherever you're, look at all that shit, wherever you are, we would like to disable spawn hero checkbox. How does this work? Because this would work. How is that working? Yeah, so that's for this. It's basically we want the same thing to happen, but on that other screen. So what does this look like? Oh, I have like a little true thing in here. A little bool. If hero panel container dot equals the player faction, disable equals that. Okay, we're not gonna do it that way. That's not gonna do us any good, anyways. Sorry, I'm adjusting music again. It's just. All right, so that's population description panel. Let's take a look at this. Token spawner, we don't need that. Camera controls, we're done with that for now. County population, hopefully we're done with that. If, oh, wasn't I going to change this to a switch or something? Oh, I changed it to a switch, but then it didn't work, and I just said, fuck it, I want it in the day or something. I had ChatGPT write me a switch for this, and it worked for most of the options, but not, like, the final option didn't work, and I was in a hurry to just go, like, stop streaming or something, so I just ended it. That's what I was gonna do. I was doing. Disable all titles. Okay, so it fires off this. So we did that. So at the beginning, everything's turned off, and then it goes through all these if things and whatever, and then it makes them uh, it adjusts them correctly. So we might actually, and this is in order of how they show up in the description panel. I like to try to make things in order of the same order. So this is in order, the same order, like all those if, else statements, and all that shit is in the same order as this. Um, what? What's going on there? That's probably going to be under diplomacy. Let's put it under war. Hero description panel activities need to update when moving and fighting and diplomacy. Diplomacy. I almost said moving and fighting and fucking, but I don't know if there'll be much fucking going on. Convert to an issue. Let's put that first, I guess. Then we're going to go. So what I was thinking we could do is we could just have like if the current location equals their faction, you do all this stuff. Otherwise, you don't do all this stuff. So let's do that. If county population dot location. I can't remember if location's like a int or what the fuck is this thing. Yeah, it's an int. So that we can't use this. No, we can use that. So we would know that we're going to know the county. Do we know the county already? We don't. So where's this county list? Okay, it's a child of county parent or something. If county, get the fuck out of here. If county parent, what did I call it? And I have another thing that I've been fucking with. I've been doing this other thing. It's called county's parent. I've been doing this other thing that I want to switch it so it auto generates the map, but I've been struggling and it's killing me. If get child, this is quite a thing here. Action motherfucker. All right, we're not going to do this whole thing here. We're going to go cut, and we're going to put this up here. We're going to go select county. Nope. Select county. And we're going to go select county. And then we're going to go select county. County data, faction data, if equals globals instance player faction data. Not equals equals to We're going to put this shit in here. And what is this? Okay, those are titles. We want the age. We want sex. We want the perks to show. We want the construction to show. We want their improvements to show, even though this is not going to be, we're going to change that eventually. If their faction data influence, we want that to show. This is army leader equals true recruit button. And then we'll put a little comment here. Army I guess it says it right there. Is army leader oh wait. Okay, this is a different thing. We do want this to show. Basically, we just want this shit to... And they're already going to be an aid. Is it really just that? I feel like I did a lot for nothing here. An hour has passed already. It's crazy how fast time goes. All right, so do you look normal? You sure do. Then let's spawn you. Then let's move you. Then in here, that didn't work. Because GD print select county location. I'm not sure the location is right. Yeah, like it might not have been updated, or it might, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck's going on. So let's do that. But I'm going to take a quick break, and I will be back in less than 5 minutes. I got to throw out my break timer here. Wherever it is. It's only been 2 weeks since I've streamed on this computer, and I just can't find stuff already. All right, be right back. All right, I was normally when I go out and have a cigarette, I think about what I'm working on when I'm programming here. Like, how do I fix this issue? I did not do that. I didn't think about anything related to that. Man, auto tune. Wish you could just say don't ever play anything with auto tune in it. I know you guys can't hear this, and that's on purpose. All right, let's see if this is the right county. Maybe we never updated their destination. Um, update the description. I gotta click this button here. Location 2. So we should be able to Tillamook. And that's where the person is, but I didn't change that person into a thing. Disable all titles. I think that might be the issue. Yeah, we want to do... This needs to be disabled at the beginning. What the fuck is that thing called? It's something button. It's like a leader recruit button. There we go. That's the problem. We're not disabling it at the beginning, so it doesn't matter if it's checking that or not. I think that's the problem. I feel like this is just getting more and more convoluted, though, and as we add shit in... Well, that's a good test of it not working. Okay, so it disables it. And if this is here, and is an army leader equals true, this is disabled. Otherwise, it's not disabled. So the faction data, do we not know its current location? What did I click down here? The location is 0. So that's kind of interesting. It doesn't start out knowing it's what its current location is. It should be 1. Portland's 1. 0 is this one. So when we spawn them, I guess we're not setting that. That seems fucking stupid. Spawn. You know what would be better? Instantiate. Hero list preflab. Hero preflab. What is this? Generate heroes panel list. That's not what we want. Population list UI element. The fuck is this? Oh, look what we got here. You know what? I'm not gonna fuck with that right now. Well, we don't care about that either. That's a different thing. Okay, maybe an instantiate wasn't the best. Event log. Faction packed node scene. What the fuck is that? Research item. Hero token. Here we go. Oh, I should have spawned. There's the spawn thing. Their location is their county ID for the select county. What county did I click? I'm on Portland. Select county location. It should be 1. What are we getting this information? Obviously something's... Let's pin you just temporarily. Population description panel should be select county equals the county population location. Selected county population. So we haven't spawned this person yet. It's weird that it's nothing. Oh, because it's not anything yet. Now it should be a 1. Okay, so it is a 1. So this is on. Why didn't it work the first time? Because it doesn't know what it is yet. So it needs to know what it is here. Christina Haywire. So where are we doing that? So that is, we're instantiating, that's another instantiate. It was back, hero, no. Research item, faction node, now we're going backwards. So what we just, county improvement, population row, hero list prefab. So this is gonna go through, that's one switch we wrote. We gotta get more into the switches. This changes their color. Should probably put a line underneath this. Hero. If the county population dot token equals null, that's all. Check for ownership. That's a different thing. Where is this? This is county info control. For each county population in county data.county population, go through and spawn this shit. That's what we want. But we want to put in, like, what is this? Hero panel container? Why did we do it that way? Well, we're not going to fuck with that. But we're going to go hero. Well, that's not even close to hero. Hero prefab. What do we have as sign? I don't. Oh, we need that. We just need county population. Dot location should equal the county data. Dot county ID. Like, we can just assign that, like, right here. So whatever. We don't need to put a thing there. It's obvious, right? 2 weeks from now, what the fuck is this? Why is this here? This is dumb. Let's delete it. And then the game will implode. Okay, so now it knows where it is. Let's just click on here. Oh, right, we can't do it there. Or we don't have anybody there. Let's move this person. Let's spawn this person over to, and move them to here. And then, all right, then let's move this person over to here and pause it. I don't know why I'm so anal about the fucking pausing of everything. And then we go to here, and you can no longer recruit them. And you can no longer make them an army leader. There's, like I said, there's going to have to be some sort of, like, you know, backstab type thing at some point. But that seems to be working. I tested it very little. So that's, you know, obviously working perfectly because I tested it so many times. Get out of there. Okay, merge domain, update readme. Do I need to update the readme? You know, I've been looking, I've been keeping an eye on when it goes to 4.2.2. And the other thing I did was I updated to .NET 8. And I already forgot how to look at that. There's a way you can look at that. I think it's under PowerShell or something. There's like some .NET thing. I can't even remember what the command is, so I don't know why I'm. Anyways, you know, and it was weird because I was looking at some project info. So if we go to like here, I think it was this thing. It never updated and said it was on 8. It still said it was on 6. So I don't know. Oh, it wasn't this. It was somewhere else. It was like under .godot. It was under here. But it doesn't really matter. But I updated the, you know, I was talking with chat the other day and they were like, what version are you using? And I was like, I don't know. And I figured let's go to the newest version. Let's get on the newest version. And Zura, I didn't even see you post ever. Did it come through or and I just wasn't paying attention? Oh, Wind. How's it going? I didn't see any of these. It's because I scrolled up. How long ago is that? It was like a half hour ago. Jesus Christ. Um, I gotta, if I scroll up a tiny bit, I gotta remember to scroll down because it doesn't bump me back down. Wind, how's it going? And Zura, how's it going? What is your Unity question, Zura? This is Godot, so I used to do Unity stuff, but I don't anymore. What we're gonna do next? I solved all my problems. I guess we're gonna do this war. We're gonna put this at the bottom. I guess we're going to war next. I didn't even look at. I didn't think we'd get to this, and it's only been an hour and 20 minutes. Hero description panel activity needs to update when moving and fighting and diplomacy. Yes, so let's figure out how the fuck I'm gonna do that. So let's look at where that currently, what it currently does, I think is nothing. I think it currently does nothing. So when this person is spawn, you know, I have played so many, I was thinking about this the other day because there was a game, it was like, I was looking at my wish list or whatever, and I was like, this game looks kind of cool. And I was like, wait, is this another Civ clone? And I've played so many Civ clones at this point that it's like I don't want to play even Civ at all, and it makes me sad that because I think I played last time I played Civ 5. I definitely did the just one more turn, just one more turn, and so I would like to have that feeling again, but I think I've played too many Civ clones where I don't even want to play that whole game like that, all of those mechanics, because there's so many Civ clones, and you know you'd think that they're slightly different, but they're just a clone. Board, how's it going? I guess I've adjusted my chat to work again. So I think we need to add to the enums here. I think we need to go to all enums, wherever it be. Oh, we can no, we can't. We're gonna need that. Oh, right. I'm doing this as a string still, and I can't decide when I'm gonna change it. So this is under alt text, I think. Yeah, so we need another one of these. I guess it doesn't really matter the order. And then when they actually start moving, we need to change their activity to moving. And then when they're in, then we'll have like another activity like in combat or something, which I guess we could just put right now. Where the fuck did that go? Right here. We'll have another activity. Jobs. I guess they were calling them jobs. We should rename this to activities, though, probably. What else do we got? Diplomacies. Okay, we're going to rename this to activities. And then we're going to hope we didn't fuck everything up. Whoops. Maybe we should put an exclamation point at the end. And now I'm all paranoid that I'm scrolled up on my chat over there. Then over to here, under token movement, probably we could put it in here, but it's going to be updating at every frame, and I would prefer not to do that. So where are we setting this move token bullshit? I think we're doing it in select county, but we'll just search for it here. What's going on here? This should be a capital M. Well, I better test that. Christopher King. All right, that seems fine. Move token. I think, whoops. Move token. All right, so this is where we're setting this shit. Start move. Where's the start move thing? Because we could totally do this. This is where we should do it. We don't need this crap in here though. Maybe we need that. County population current activity equals all text dot activities dot moving. And then we'll go to reach destination here. So the only problem with this is we don't know what their next activity will be. And we won't really know. Well, let's worry about that in the next step, I suppose. There's our token stacker that barely works, so we're going to get rid of that eventually. What do we got here? County population. Current activity equals all text. I got sidetracked mentally. I was like thinking about something. The fuck was it? Oh yeah, I don't know if you saw it, Win, but it seems to work when I save that shit as just as a node. It kind of takes a long time, but it's not as long now that I reduced the file size of my maps or my one map. Um, I don't know. I need to fuck with it a lot more. I've changed it so I have like it doesn't happen until I click a button, whatever. I need to like spend more time on it. I feel like I have. So we were talking about this on my Discord the other day. I really want to start like this new game, and I want to start learning about tile maps and fuck is that shit called? It's like on the tip of my tongue. Oh my god. Nav mesh. There we go. I thought it started with a Z for some reason. I was like, Zav mesh? And so I really want to start working on that, but I don't even have time to work on my Hex Demon game and the county, the map generator, your map generator thing that I'm still trying to convert over to my brain. And it's like, to start a new thing is just, fuck, why? I gotta not do that. All right, what are you doing? We want you. All right, so he said is moving. So this is the problem, is next activity is we don't know what the next activity is going to be. Let's double check this is still moving. And then when he gets here, he's idle. So that's right, except the next activity thing. Do we keep track? I think we do. If this is county population is what we're pulling all this shit from. Let's see. I bet you we keep track that if it's spawned or not. And if it is, we can. Well, we can just look at this token. And if the token is. So let's go back to it. This county fucking description thing is getting very complicated as well. Update description panel. So what we'll do is we're going to turn these off. This next activity, we'll hide it. And we'll hide the next. No, that's it. But we'll need to. This is so convoluted. I need to rewrite this whole thing. Maybe I'll put that. Let's put that somewhere. Where is that under? That's under. Rewrite this whole. Player UI? I mean, it is a player UI. I don't know why this is on the other side of the known issues, though. I don't really have a spot for this either. I guess county info panel control is below the bottom of the screen. What? Oh, I know what that is. Is that still like that? I guess we'll put. I already forgot what the fuck I was even gonna do here. Oh, just rewrite this thing. I'll just put a note here temporarily. I should probably rewrite this so it is less of a mess. Like maybe put some little methods in there and shit. All right, so to make this work, it shouldn't be that. Let's go down here. Let's rename this one. We're going to use UI elements here. We don't want to actually disable all, but we want to disable. I guess I could just click on this. We want this then to be activity current activity dot disable. Oh, it's not a. What is it? What are you? Your label. Is it really just a label? I feel like it's something more. You can't disable a label. We can hide it though. We can hide it. Get the fuck out of here. What is going on there? All right. No, not current. Next activity. All right. We'll hide that, and then we'll just add another fucking if statement in here. Pergeroggies. Joker. If county population dot token is equal to. I don't know. I started doing that today. Like, what the fuck, man? For Magonks, I want to make a Magonk character in like D&D or something. I've never heard of that. I'm sure like 1,000 people have done that, but it seems like it would be, like a multi-class. I don't know how they do it in Pathfinder 2 multi-classes. I've never really. I've only played a little bit of Pathfinder 2. If the token is null, then next activity show. So that should turn off. Like, it's such an obvious combination, right? All right, so we have that. I mean, that kind of worked. Oh, the issue is we gotta put in. Look how huge this thing is. We just rewrote this the other day too. Redid that whole thing. We gotta put in. And then we're gonna go down to this mofo. And then we're going to go to this one. I could have just done that a lot easier, but whatever. Next. I was reading this Reddit post. Someone asked, like, how many of these things can I have for my game will slow down? And someone asked him, like, why are you worried about this? He was like, I don't know. I was just thinking about it. And they're like, don't worry about it until it's a problem. Because you're not going to really need to worry about stuff like that unless you do something massively crazy. And I have the same thing. I think like, oh man, there's like 6 variables in here. That's a lot. It's probably going to slow my game down and fuck everything up. But in reality, oh look, there's a bug right here. Look, we got a bug. All right. It's the goddamn time change that we did. Activities don't update When the game is starts paused. It's like this whole thing is just waiting. The time was waiting. That's so. I was talking about this earlier, and I actually was talking about it with. Um, I was talking with Joker about it earlier before I started streaming. There's that Leviathan's fantasy game. Um, has all these issues, and one of them is nothing updates while the game's paused. Uh, so you have to like unpause it real quick to see to see what you just changed. Uh, and it's so I fucked with the time a tiny bit today, and now everything's in fucking chaos, which I knew was gonna happen. And it's like they know that the developers over there are like, we're just not gonna fuck with the time. We're gonna just have it barely work. It's gonna be shitty because if we fuck with the time, we're gonna have chaos, and it's gonna cause hours and hours of work. Um, that's what that's what it was. You click on it and copy and paste it, and when you play it, it in Discord it has the Chinese name for it. Okay, so I unpaused that, so that was actually bad. These guys are all let's do this again. That is a lot of work. No, I agree. Okay, so first off, well, that's weird. That's right, but this is wrong. Oh, we got a thing down here. Oh yeah, I never dragged over that one. Oh, that's probably why it broke. Um, that's why it broke. Alfie, how's it going? I am working on a 2D 4X game. Yeah, that's why that broke. So that was never an issue. We can just we'll just delete this. I was gonna mark it closed, but even that I can't get away with this post-apocalyptic game with currently it only takes place in Oregon, but well, there's a little bit of Washington, but it's going to take place in North America when I get to some point eventually, hopefully. All right, so those guys are idle, whatever, and so we got to move them. We got to move Angela here. And let's see. So that turned off like we want. We don't want to have them to the next activity because when they're spawned, you don't really know what they're going to do next. That's only for when they're working. So that when they get to here and they're idle, that is correct. So that solves that problem until like 5 minutes from now when we're to the next thing, which is the war part. The war part is going to be, it's going to change all that. So let's go back. Here, description panel needs to update when moving and fighting and diplomacy. So we like did the moving part. Now we need to do the fighting part. And we already have part of that in here because it starts when you go to war. And we need to update that. I think it's how are we going to tell? Oh, look at that. Oh, no, I just didn't spawn my guy. So that's Irene. Irene's the name of my guy. I was like, why is it? All right. So, and we get the guy to spawn, but it doesn't actually. Well, let's see. Does it say moving? So it shouldn't say in combat until it reaches here, and we haven't done this part. So it's when, I mean, it's saying new battle, but haven't done that. Reach destination for each war and blah blah blah. If the county data equals the defender or the county, all right. So if they, oh yeah. So I had to remember how we did this, and even though it was only 2 weeks ago. Does this work right? Does this even get tested? Let's click this one. I think he's supposed to be an aide as well. Oh, look at that. They're both moving together. Well, that's an issue. Oh, we got all sorts of issues with that. All right, we got like 4 issues. Cats can play D&D. I'll look at that one. Oh. All right, we got like 7 bugs in this one spot. So let's write all these down. What was the first one? Let's go to the first one. I noticed was if we go to here and we say recruit army leader, and we say yes, this person should be an aide as well, which I thought we did. I wonder if it's because it's paused. It is not because it's paused. All right, so first bug. When you recruit an army leader who is a nobody, they should also become an aide. Then, so that's the first thing we gotta fix. I should mark these as like bugs or something. Wonder if there's like a label over here I can put. Oh, there we go. I don't need this shit. A label right here. Didn't seem to have done anything though. Oh, well. Then the next issue I saw, let's restart again. I want this the bare basics here of exactly when it happens. And so we recruited, well, yeah, we had this person moving. This person was over here. I wonder if it happens when they're not an army leader. Let's spawn you. You move to here. And then we respawn another person over here who was an army leader, but let's do it an aid and let's go baby step this shit. Let's spawn them and then move them to here, and then both people moved. Okay, so that person didn't work that time. As in didn't work, the bug didn't happen. Okay, so if you're an army leader, what happens if we move you over here? Okay, so what happened there? somebody isn't getting marked as... How the fuck does that even work? Token movement, which I was going to unpause earlier. Select county. We right click. If the select county is not equal to null, select county equals... Or sorry, currently selected token is not equal to null. Select token equals that county population equals that. If the select is not true, this is going to be a pain in the ass to figure out. If select token dot, well, we should put this on here though. Sometimes you move more than one token when you right click to move one token. Wonder if we should fix this first one first. Let's fix that one first. Because I think we already had that. I thought we already had that. That's going to be under... If army leader recruited equals false, army leader recruited. Okay, so this is adding them to the list, which is we want. So if they're not a hero already, it makes them a hero and adds them to the list. It charges them for the hero, and then this is kind of a weird spot for this. Let's put this down here. If the army leader recruited is equal to false, if army leader recruited, the fuck is that? It's just a bool that's sitting in here. Open confirmation panel. Army leader recruited. Okay, so this is a button that's passing in a bool that we're setting to this, I guess, for some reason. So if you say yes, it says the hero is true, aid is false. Oh. I see the issue here. If army leader recruited equals false, it's going to set it as an aid and a hero. That's right. If this is false, it says this is false, but we're assuming... Oh, are we saying that the army leaders are not... I think maybe I changed my mind. I was going to have them always be aides, but maybe they're not. Maybe we changed it so, but then the leader can be an army leader. Is that what I decided? I can't remember what I did 2 weeks ago. Or that was like 3 weeks ago. I thought we were doing... I thought we were doing it a different way. So let's go. Let's do this here. Are we in Portland? We are in Portland, and we lost the population though. I don't. What? What happened to one of our populations? Oh, maybe I moved the person away. But where would they be if I moved them away? I guess they're just spawned. Is that how we're doing that too? Jesus Christ. All right, so if I do recruit aid, well, who the fuck is Marie? Oh, there's people stacked over here is the problem. When did this go so south? I mean, I knew it had issues, but I didn't, like, it's gotten worse over time. It's gotten much worse over time. Let's restart this, because everything is all fucked up now. Everything is all fucked up now. Alright, so where did this person go last time? They shouldn't have oh, they were stacked because they all moved together. Oh, this is wrong again. No, that isn't wrong. We just moved that person. So we recruit an aide. And then if we make him an army leader, I guess that we weren't doing that. It's only the faction leader who can be a faction leader, and otherwise you're an army leader. All right, so that isn't a bug, I guess. I just changed how I was doing it. I didn't remember that. Makes sense. They should not. Let's just delete this, and then we'll do this again next week. So sometimes when you move more than one token, when you right click, so this is going to be quite difficult to figure out here because you right click, it should only be turning the selected tokens thing to move. Yeah, select token movement equals move token. Select token movement dot move. So somehow currently selected token when yeah, it's definitely I'm trying to fight it. I really want to mess around with I already forgot the name of it. Uh, nav meshes and tile maps and tile sets and the whole thing. But I gotta keep I just don't have the time for anything. I like to sleep a lot. Select token. How could there be two different select tokens? This is not. This is. Maybe part of it is me having it paused all the time. Let's leave it. Let's unpause it and like start spawning shit and see if maybe that's part of the. I don't think it matters if it was either one of these. How the fuck did it? Maybe one of them was an army leader. How the fuck did I get this to work? Oh, we can't even select these guys currently. Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to fix this whole idea sooner than I had wanted to. Uh, because I still haven't decided how I want to do that. All right, were they army leaders? You're an army leader. Spawn you. Go over here. Oh, I've got to unpause it. Let's recruit one of you. And then you can declare war. Let's spawn you. You can declare war. Yeah, so there's where it happens. Is like we declare war and then they both moved, though. There can only be one. It doesn't even seem to matter if it's paused or not. There only can be one selected. This is nice. Uh, what the fuck, man? What do they call that? The heavy metal, the that has like the high pitched male singer who's like doing the whatever. That keeps showing up. My thing. I'm not into heavy metal in the first place. This is going to be nearly impossible to fix unless I can figure out the basics. Okay, the basics are there's currently selected token. Unless there's something else stashed in here and I suddenly like have two variables floating around. Currently selected token. So there's currently selected token, and then on this token movement, there's also token. Now that's different. Under select county, there's selected token. Select token. So one of the, I think there's, we need to get rid of one of these, I think. Wonder if we just do it like this. Can we get rid of this and do like this? Like try to cut down the number of times I'm fucking with shit. I wish it happened more frequently so it would be easier to test. I was on the wrong thing there. And it has something to do with when we go to war. You right clicked, it won't even let this person go over there right now. Okay, so it's still doing it. What would be the case of that? It's you know what it could be is that their move is not turned off. And so when you right click, like it's still, they're still trying to move, like see how this is saying new battle? What is this happening here in this new battle? Maybe that has something to do with it. Reach destination. Okay, so here's the issue. It's right here. So what's happening is if they're in war, they don't know to turn off. They don't know to turn off their movement. So it's not that there's a bug. It's just that we never finished. I never. I'm trying to stop the we thing. I never got to this part. We haven't. I haven't gotten to this part to program it yet. So it's. I mean, it is a bug, but it's not through a bugginess. It's through this. We're just not to. I am not to this part yet. Uh, Okay. And that token stacking thing is definitely going to have to be moved to a much. It's become a priority, kind of. Because it's not working, and I fuck with it for long enough, and it's not gonna. I'm just gonna change how it works. Uh, the idea is to have very few heroes, though. They're gonna be kind of expensive. Oh, this is we just did this. Oh, we kind of did that. We did it when they move. Oh, we did that too. If it's paused and you try to move the hero, the token below gets their name turned on. Yeah, so this is all token stacking shit. So let's move this over here. We're gonna interrupt our diplomacy, I guess. No, we're gonna do the war first, and then once the war is done, we're gonna fix this fucking token stacking, and that'll give me. Oh, it was already next on the list, anyways. All right. Well, I'm gonna take a quick break though, and I'm gonna be back in less than 5 minutes. And by next, well, maybe tomorrow, I guess we might be stuck doing this token stacking. I don't know how the fuck I want to do that. But anyways, I'm going to be take a break, and I'll be back in less than 5 minutes. All right. Let's see here. I was thinking about the solution for this, and then I got sidetracked thinking about hot dogs. Because I bought some hot dogs, because I hadn't had any in a long time, and they were not very good. All right, so this is the battle thing that we want to. So this battle, first they have to mark their move off. That's the first step here. Because if we don't mark their move off, it causes all sorts of problems later. So we got to do a couple of things. I built this whole thing last time. In our UI, we're going to have, no, it's not there. Where was that? Every county has it now. That's what it is. It's this battle control. So if we turn this on, there's going to be a thing here. It's going to move the token inside here. Well, it's not really going to move the token inside here. And this is pretty limited because it also only applies to a two-sided battle. If a third person jumps in, we're going to have to figure out that later. But right now, it's going to turn on this thing. And these are the same icons. Obviously, they'll be different at some point. What did we decide? Which side is which here? The defender is on the left, and the attacker's on the right. So, what we could do... All right, so what we got to do is... Can I just reparent this thing over to there? Let's try it. Let's first turn off. Do we know... My music's now too quiet. I can be satisfied with the volume on my music. I need like a slider or something that's like a physical slider that I can just fuck with while I'm streaming instead of having to open up a window. Select county. Do we know who the fuck this person is? Select token. Select token, get parent. All right, so select token. Do we have move in here somewhere? Test move, token movement. I don't think that's right. I don't think that's right. Token movement. And we're in token movement. Jesus Christ. Move token equals... Now it's too loud. Now my music's too loud. It was just that one song. Let's actually do a method here. Actually, I think this should be here. Then we'll start the battle. And we'll reparent. We don't want to reparent this, though. We want to reparent the select token. Can we just go get parent? Reparent. Then we need to reparent it to what, though? There's something wrong here anyways. Yeah, the new parent is going to be... Oh, it's got to be the other way around, I think. No, this is right. The new parent is going to be that select county's battle control. But underneath the battle control, We actually need it to be, and there's no script on here. We're gonna need a script on here to start with. So we're gonna attach this. My cord's getting all fucked up too, so I keep moving it. It's just a clusterfuck of issues over here. And then we're gonna go attacker public export public attackers token. What is this thing? What did I make this thing? A texture rec? All right. I forgot to put texture rect here. And then we're gonna need public texture rect defenders token texture rect defenders. Yeah. It's a defenders. Then we gotta build this thing. It's not gonna work. That's a PNG. I don't think I can drag a fucking scene into there. Where is my... I think I called it a prefab or something stupid. Yeah, I can't put a scene in there. It'd be nice if I could. Yeah. What is this thing? It's a sprite. When? Lord Mac, how's it going? What can I stick in a texture rack here? The reason it's got to be a texture rack is because it doesn't work unless it's a texture rack. They're gonna be armed with guns right now, but it's not. It's gonna be it's gonna change. Uh, it's gonna depend on they're gonna have like an inventory, and it's gonna depend on their weapons. I don't think we're gonna go as far as lasers, but maybe there is gonna be some technological advances. It doesn't say what I can stick in here. I guess it's a texture 2D. So that's not really what we want there. So my hope, well, I was hoping I could just stick this thing in there temporarily so that I didn't have to hide it. So what I'm going to have to do is hide it, and then I'm going to have to stick its sprite in there. And I wanted to stick the whole thing in there. Because, where is this thing? I would have packed scene. Well, then I'd have to pack it. I would have to pack it up. Which I guess isn't that big of a deal. Will a packed scene work in there? Well, it's already... I mean, it's currently a... well, it's a sprite, though, at this point. It's no longer... Well, I think it's a sprite. What is this thing? No, this is a character body. It's a character body. Alright, we're gonna have to do it the shitty way, then. Are we keeping track of what this thing is? We are. Okay, so we can do it like this, I think. We're not going to do this. We're going to go... This is on token movement. We're going to go... county parents. Nope. Is it currently selected? No, it's not this. It's get... And then this thing is going to be... Man, my music is so loud right now. it went from very low to very loud. Got an important step there. I don't know if we ever set its location. We didn't. Because we're skipping this. These two things. We're not going to do that. So what the fuck am I doing here now? I forgot what I was working towards. So we need to know the county. Okay, that's why. All right, so we need to go. This is going to be select county. And then this is going to be what did I just put in there? Attacker something or other. Except Attackers token texture rack. Like right now, this is going to show the same thing because all of the heroes' images look the same. All of their sprites are the same. It's a placeholder. That's what's sitting in here is just a placeholder. This is a placeholder. Obviously, not everybody is going to look like a guy with a horned helmet on. That's some weird books, by the way. The horned helmet books. I forget what the name of the uh uh oh, I know what you're talking about. The thing the wrong one. You're talking about this placeholder down here. What does it look like? Yeah, it's like a purple thing. I mean, I guess that can work. I needed it to, at the time I was testing, I needed it to be the right size and whatnot because I was testing widths and things. Uh, okay, so now we have the battle control, and we're gonna go with the battle control dot attackers token is going to be select token. I don't think I can just do this though. I gotta go like this. Exactly. This is probably capital S or something. How do I set this sprite here? Or it's texture, not sprite. It's texture. Texture. Can I put a sprite in here? No. What do I gotta do? There's so much. So I have this sprite here. I don't have, what is this? What is this? Let's look back. We don't need this open. This thing, this sprite is a child. Is this actually the sprite though? Why isn't this saved? Oh, right. Which one is this? Cowlitz? We're not going to be using Cowlitz. We're going to be using Tillamook here. So we can put this placeholder thing here too. Because then we can tell if we fuck something up. So we'll see if that works. GG. I can imagine. I looked into starting to mess around with that. This is back to that thing again I was talking about earlier where I always want to keep switching projects. I looked around and messing with that, and then I decided to hold off. I plan to put multiplayer in this at some point, but the problem. So I need to start doing that, checking that sooner, and learning that so that I don't like write my way into a corner and have to rewrite everything. So I wonder if it would be better, instead of doing this sprite here, what the fuck is this? Can you fuck with the sprite at some point? So sprite 2D is like above, and a texture is there. There we go. There we go. And you know what? Let's test this one baby step here. We got to go into Tillamook, though. I guess we could go on into Cowlitz. Either one. Either one. Oops. Oh, well, we got a bigger problem here. I actually just wanted to stop that, but I'm clicking the wrong button. There we go. We gotta go. There we go. Then we gotta do this. What type of game are you making, GG? All right, we got this. We got this. Anna Parker is now a military person. We're going to declare war. We're going to unpause it. And then it didn't work. You know why? Not a big fan of this. We're going to have to drag these into for every. We're going to have to do that inherited scene thing. I forgot I was going to look into that more. I mean, I looked into it actually. Oh, yeah, like this doesn't have a. I looked into it a while ago. And it made sense after I watched some tutorials and stuff, because people in chat have been mentioning it for a long time. Uh, and at first I was like, why would you use this? Because the examples that a lot of the tutorials, the examples were bad. And then I finally found a tutorial and I was like, oh, now I get it. So we could set up like, so all of these things. So I'd set up one scene and everything would inherit, it would inherit all this crap. So if I change the inherited thing, all of these would change basically, is what I understand at least. Why am I doing it this way? See, this is like so error prone. If I have to do this 4 times, imagine if I had to do it 50 times, 500 times. You need to come over here. But right now, I'm just going to do it the shitty way, like always. See, because this is just waiting for a mistake. Just waiting for a mistake. I should probably put that on my list, actually. Maybe we'll do that. Anything to avoid working on the fucking stacking thing. Except that this is also like dated. I guess we can do it. Because when I generate the counties, automatically we're not gonna need that. I guess we will. No, they're gonna be instantiating. Maybe we don't need that just yet. We just can't go more than 4 at this point. And now that I did all of those, I want to swap this and hope they don't all break. I mean, that worked. The problem we have here, though, is that this is showing it as selected. Which it is selected. I guess we'll put a note in for that, because I'm not sure if how I want that either. We're going to do it over here, though. I'm just going to leave it as like a note, though. We're actually going to do a bunch of shit like in a row here. Yeah, so back to the laser question, Lord Mac. I want to do it, so I want to get it all working with like post-apocalyptic weapons, and then you like learn more technology. But then I also want to add in like weird factions, like other god factions, like, you know, Cthulhu-esque. Like you start out as like a baby Cthulhu, you know, and you're taking over people's brains. And like a vampire start, a druid start. Well, everyone would start the same, but you could go down that path. And so you'd have weird weapons. But I literally never even thought about lasers. So we want this thing, the battle control to show, this to move over. Okay, so I know it's going to happen. Oh, no, it doesn't matter. It's just assigning that sprite. Then we want select token to hide. So that will make that thing invisible. But then we also want to add you know, all of these ideas, like the scope of this game is so ridiculous that it's like 30 years of programming. I originally said 5 years, but it's now we're at 30 years. And hopefully I'll, you know, learn more as I go, and it will speed up my programming speed. But it's a pretty ridiculous scope, and I keep adding. I'll just keep throwing more shit in. So then we need also to add in the defender. Right, exactly. Man, my memory's bad now. Wait until I'm 150. Hopefully, I was talking about this when I was streaming last night. I had this 70-year-old Lyft driver the other day, and he was talking about, you know, it's all a state of mind, you know, like don't let yourself, you're mentally, if you start calling yourself old, then you'll become decrepit and never leave your bed, you know, and you'll croak. But if you have a mental state of mind as young and you're out there doing stuff, you won't get it, you won't mentally age as fast. So hopefully that is a true statement. And me learning how to program is video games is keeping my mind mentally young. So I don't know how we're gonna get this one. We don't know who this is. So we're going to have to do another thing here. We're going to have to... So we could, I was just thinking while I was changing my music, we actually could get the first... Oh, definitely active. So my parents also said they watched some documentary about uh, somebody went around to all of the places in the world that had unusually long lifespans, and long story short of what he found was that the people who lived the longest lived in places where they had to be active, like they lived, like on the side of a giant hill or some shit. So they had to walk up and down the hill all the time. Uh, and so, like, sitting around your house was like a death sentence for age wise. You're going to die fast. But if you have to walk, out and down some hill every day and then back up the hill, it extends your lifespan greatly. So I was thinking we could get the first hero. Like, so much of this is half-assed to get past this part. We know we know it's the first hero because they just fucking spawn the hero for defense. So I think that's what we'll do, and we're gonna put a note in here of what we're doing. This is player. No, this is gonna be the attacker's hero. Defender's hero. No, attacker's army. Defender's army. So actually, no, this isn't going to be that bad. What we'll do is we'll go through and it will hit the first. We'll go through the hero list and we'll just look for the first one that's an army, and then if it is, it will be put in here to fight. Yeah, my grandma she had this house that would have, now would not pass code at all, but she was like granny claused in, and to get to the different floors, you had to walk outside and go up and down these steps, and it was like on this extremely steep hill. And so, like, for her, she was constantly, she had like an art gallery on the bottom floor. So to get down to it, she had to walk stairs all the time. And everyone, like her doctors, and said she's like always said she's in such great health because of those stairs. So I guess I need more stairs in my house, or something. Okay, so the Defender's army, we're gonna go for each. For each county population, defender county population in select county hero. What do we got in select county? I thought I had a list of heroes or some shit. County data is where I'm storing that. County data, hero, county population. Then we're going to go for each one of these. And we'll call this, we're going to attacker select token. And then we're going to have another one here, which is what this is supposed to be. Select token, defenders, select token. Actually, that's literally what we're doing right here. If defender is army leader is equal to true, then the defender select token is going to equal defender county population dot token. But the other thing that we need to have an and in here. Nope. We need an and here. Is not equal to null. See, I've done the same thing I mentioned in the beginning. I've slowly rolled back, and now I'm like leaning forward. Speaking of bone disease, my back's gonna break. I'm gonna be decrepit. Back injuries. All right, this is kind of just a... Well, I guess it could be an army leader and not have a token spawn. But at this point, and then we are going to return. We don't need to go through every single one. We just need it to stop. Break. I still haven't figured this shit out. I should know by now. I've used it like 40 times, and I just try all of them until one works. C#, return. I just want it to break out of... Okay, so that's going to break it out of only the innermost loop. I just want it out of here. This is the innermost loop. Nope, we don't want it out of there. I want it out of the for loop, the for each loop. If it finds one, get the fuck out. That's what I want. The return statement terminates execution of the function in which it appears and returns control in the function's result. No, we don't want that either. What's the third option? Continue. Go to. What the fuck is go to? Can I click on this? No. Starts a new iteration. I mean, I guess we could put... No. Let's see what happens if I put break in here. I think it's just going to get that out of the... Well, there's only one. We can't even test it. See... Oh, wait. This is a good thing. This is a perfect thing to ask ChatGPT. Because it's C#, so that it's can figure that out. And whoa, that seems like... Does this break out of the for each? All right, well, I'm trusting you. I'm going to tell it that. I am trusting you. The fuck out of here. You're supposed to be insulted. All right, so for this... so then we have the defender select token, and then we go defenders, all that for the... Yeah. And what's your problem? And then what if there is no defender? Then you've won the war. Like literally, that's what it would, if there's no defender, then you've won the war. So we could have this set to return. You know, we could set this up with the method, and it would either return the first one it finds, or it returns null. And then if it returned null, you would know that the battle is over. I only got 12 minutes left though, so I don't I don't think I guess we could just try this to make sure that this works. And then that's what I'm gonna put in, and we'll work on that. Well, I'm gonna have to figure out the token stacking thing. Recruit army leader. Spawn you. Go into here. Unpause it. So we're getting there. Both those things are filled in. That should be, man, when it gets more when it gets much more complicated, uh testing is going to be a real pain in the ass. I'm going to have like a save game that I load every time. But then, I'm going to fuck up the save game, so then I'm going to have to go and adjust the save game. Because right now it's already becoming kind of an annoyance. All right, so that's what we want, except I still don't know. Like if we click over here, it's just going to leave that, which I guess isn't the end of the world, but that's okay. Then we're going to do some quick shit here because, well, I actually knocked out a bunch of weird little bugs earlier, so that was successful. But we're gonna do these other things real quick. Add a rifle skill, add morale, and added the tributes in here. We're gonna start adding this stuff in. So here's like the thing. We're partially prepared for this. So skills, construction skill, public int rifle. I don't know why we're doing rifle skill. I mean, why we're putting skill at the end. Oh, tributes, hopefully. But tributes would be nice. Mice tribute. It's like that game, that rat game, Ratopia. What was the tribute I said? Oh, cool. Public int cool. I think I'm putting these at the end because I get confused later. I'm like, what the fuck is construction? What was the third thing I said I was going to do? Rifle, morale. Morale is like it's neither of these things. It's like a third thing. It's so your morale is affected by your cool attribute. It's not a skill though. You know what? It's an expendable or whatever we were calling it, but it's a token expendable. That's what we were calling them. Like hit points. It's like a hit point thing. Do we have hit points on here? No, so it would be under like hit points. Yeah, the Aztecs had some crazy shit going on. I read this thing. I don't, I always have to preface stuff if I don't know if it was true or not, because like some of these things I read were 20 years ago and they've, it's no longer true. And plus I may have read it on the internet 20 years ago. But during the height of the collapse of the Aztec Empire, I guess disease was rampant because of the Europeans. This is the story that I read or heard or whatever. And so they were trying to sacrifice more people to get the diseases to go away. And so it's at one point they were running like they were sacrificing as fast as possible. And of course, who knows if this is true at all, because like I don't think they had written records of this. Like maybe an observation from a Spaniard or something. Um, but they were running up there and they were like, and so it was like this line of people so they could get the hearts out. And who knows? That sounds like bullshit. Doesn't it sound like bullshit? Token expendables. And this is going to be, is it an expendable though? It's not really an expendable. It goes up and down though, like a hit point thing. And when it reaches 0, the battle's over. So the only thing is it should be, well, fuck it. Yeah, doesn't it seem like that's something that someone just would make up for like a short story? Maybe I read it in like some sci-fi book. And in my mind, it's moved in and become fact. This is a true story that an Aztec told me himself that I met one day when I was walking down the street, and he decided to tell me his personal experiences in 1647. All right, so there is a problem with this. I think the morale shouldn't be... This is going to get weird. I'm going to put a note on this. I think we are going to have this as leader morale or army morale or some shit. But now we should have a broken game here. Let me build this. And then I'll just add these to the places where it needs to be added. How do we not have a broken game? County population. Oh, because I didn't add it down here. So leader of people perk. We need to add... It's almost tempting to just make this a giant list, because it's getting like out of control here. Then we're gonna have int a tribute, and then this is gonna be and is that all we added? What? No, we forgot cool. I forgot cool. Oh, no, I didn't. It's right there. Morale. Cool. Rifle. And then down here, yeah, these might all change later. Now we'll have our broken game. And what we're going to do here to make life more fun. So, yeah, we're going to do this. Morale isn't going to operate that way. Morale is just going to be like start at 100. But rifle skill, well, you just put this in here. So that makes it between 20 and 80. And then what the fuck was the other thing? I mean, I literally typed this 2 seconds ago. Cool. Generate random stats. That I had this, and then down here, see now this is all over to the side. So let's bump this shit down. County ID, what are we doing here? First name, is worker, leader of people, cool, morale. Morale is just a straight up 100 to start with. Cool is going to be cool attribute, construction skill, and then we have rifle skill. And then yeah, well, so that's actually been a, so there are going to be some people in, you know, it takes place in North America to start, and I feel like if you started in the United States, you would have an unfair advantage because we would be all armed to the teeth, and the poor Canadians have like hunting rifles. Then you know what would happen to them. They'd be murdered. That's what would happen. So I was thinking of somewhat limiting. I don't know. I think so. Part of it is part of the whole game is going to be you're scavenging the world. You know, the apocalypse just happened. There's like 100 or sorry, 10 of you hanging out, and you're going to be scavenging and being able to live off the old world for a long time, and you'll be finding like assault rifles and stuff, and like armored vehicles and whatever. Vehicles I think are way down the line. And once again, I have all these. Let's just throw everything into the goddamn game. Like I know how to make all that stuff. But armored vehicles, Humvees, whatever, you'd be scavenging all that shit. But eventually it's going to run out. And I was thinking also, like, let's say for Canada, and for an example, for Canada, uh, they would find military weapons, Canadian military weapons, which would also, you know, they could scavenge. So instead of making a difference, but maybe we'd want to make a difference, and then maybe people would be like, I want to do a Canada start because it's harder because you only get hunting rifles or whatever. Or you know, a Mexico start where you get drug cartel weapons or whatever, you know, like, so yes, at the beginning, most of the game would be that you have like this stockpile, like a few guns at first, but then you could have your guys scavenge. And that's going to be like part of one of the main mechanics at the beginning is scavenging. And, you can, continue, you know, you can continue scavenging and it's going to be a secret number that the player doesn't know until you run out of supplies. You know, the game might warn you, like, hey, this county is running low. You know, you can see stuff. You mean like Fallout, where we took on Canada? What was we went after him because I think they were murderous scum. I think that was the propaganda. Our great forces. I think that's the first Fallout. Let's see here. False, false, false. True. 100. Construction skill should have cool. And then we go to rifle. Whoops. I don't know why I keep... But then, you know, the Canadians have Mises. So they have an advantage with the Mies. Plus, they have a natural resistance to cold, and they can make igloos. That's a skill they all have. So I hear. Okay, so let's build this again and see if this breaks now. And then I'm going to call it a day. I just don't want to get any errors. I'm just going to kind of click around, look at. So when I started this before I started streaming, I was like, "Fuck, this button's broken. These buttons are broken already. What's going on here?" And it's because I forgot I made it so you can't look at the population and stuff. And that was like 3 weeks ago. All right, this all looks. We need to add in this other shit, like their construction skill. So part of this is going to be when you want to recruit a hero, you're going to be like, "Oh, this guy has a higher rifle skill or whatever." Did I just select the same person twice, or does everyone have 61? No. So that's next time we're gonna add in to this page. We'll see all of their skills. Christopher Wood, how good are you? You're good at construction, and then they'll have a rifle skill, and we'll add morale in. This thing is gonna keep growing, and then we're gonna figure out the counting. Doesn't I thought Canada got like annihilated right at the beginning because they have that our brave troopers and they're like power armored in Fallout. By 2077, the United States annexed them. You know, it's funny. It's like it's real. Wait, did that? Canadian Natural Resources. That began in 2059. How do they have this so worked out? Oh, here's the actual scene I remember in my brain. Us Americans are executing the poor Canadians. I hope Joker isn't around anymore. I hope he isn't listening to this stream. Anyways, I am calling it a day for now. I'm definitely going to stream tomorrow unless something catastrophic happens, though. Oh, let's push this shit to get... we're going to leave this on the war one. What did we even do today? Fix some bugs. I didn't mean to click that. Fix some bugs and got sprites to appear on the battle control. So the goal tomorrow will be to have it so with this number is going to show their morale. So it'll show their morale, and then we can have it like every hour they'll shoot at each other with their rifle skill or whatever. I don't know if we'll get to that, though. But that's the plan. And I didn't hit the commit or the upload. All right, that's it. Thank you guys for joining me. I will talk to you next time. Have a good afternoon existence.